Hi everybody, welcome back to Prison Architect. Here we are in Upper New York State. That's right, it's our female women's penitentiary for the women of Upper New York State who have been committing crimes. That's right, and then they end up here. Of all places, for Christ's sake. God. Okay, anyway, last time we left off and we had a little bit of an issue whereby we almost got fired for letting like 1 million people escape from MinSec. The good news is that we've had another fresh intake and we've gotten MinSec back into this dormitory, which has to be checked like all the time, and eventually it's gonna have to go as well because it's a mess. In fact, I mean, let's face it, this whole prison is a mess, but it is kind of working and it's making money and stuff, so we're not doing like too bad. Anyway, let's speed up time and let's get back to work, shall we? We had this whole new cell block that we were working on. We have enough money to finish it off if we want to. We just got to make sure that all of the utilities and everything are coming down here. And it also looks like this capacitor here, this power station is going to be maxed out. So we're probably going to need to have a new power station for this new cell block down here. And anything else that we attach to it. I mean, we'll probably have a power station for this cell block, and then if we want to later, we can maybe add a couple of more like hen batteries of cells like in here and hook it up to here. This is going to be a great big canteen. There's going to be lots of room for guys to come in. Well, guys, I say, gals, I guess, to come in here and eat and stuff. That's going to be pretty nice. It looks like somebody's possibly been beaten up here. It's Addison Platten. She's 43 years old. I don't know what she was doing, but she attacked staff apparently, and now she's been beaten up, and now she's going to be taken to solitary confinement, where she belongs. Holy shit. All right. Well, anyway, let's go into planning here. We're going to have to plan out another sort of, whatchamacallit. It's going to have to be a power station. I like to put power stations in their own little rooms, all right? So like 1, 2, 3, then a gap, and then another gap, and then here. Okay, so this is like perfect size. And then it's 1, 2, 3 with a gap, and then here. Okay, so the way I like to do this is I like to put the foundations down. It's a brick building. It's going to go right here. Okay, it's going to be for staff only. And then on this, we're going to have a staff door. I always leave a little gap because I like to put a sprinkler in here as well, just in case the power station goes boom boom and then causes a fire or whatever. We don't want like the fire and stuff to spread, so we're going to leave this whole area over here as like a little staff area. Maybe some of the stuff in here, this whole area is going to just be like a big reception. Maybe we can have like some sort of holding cell or something in here eventually to put stuff in, or put some of the gals in. Maybe if they have babies as well, we can put them in. And then we can, I don't know, have like a path through the yard. We're going to fix up a whole lot of stuff, okay? There's a lot of stuff that needs to be fixed, and we're just going to slowly get to it and fix it. But first things first, let's get some more power, a new source of power into this new cell block, and then we can finally move these MinSec guys out of the dormitory, the one that they escaped from last time. 15 of them in one go, if you can believe that. And then we will have justice finally, and a new place for them to live as well. All right, we're gonna have to hook up this door servo as well, because that's gonna become a big problem pretty soon. How is this all looking? This is looking fine. This is the separate power network here for MaxSec, of course. MaxSec only being used to upgrade really, really bad prisoners, normally from normal sec. So we're going to have to keep an eye on that as well. If any of them get too out of hand, we're going to put them up into max sec. And also we have 7 hours remaining where we can't let anyone else escape or we'll be fired. So we're going to really have to like check all the toilets in the cell block, for instance. Let's like search all the toilets in here just to make sure that there are no tunnels. And when they're done that, we're going to check the ones in MaxSec as well, just to make sure there's no tunnels. We got to make sure that there's no like wooden pickaxes laying around that people might be using to escape. It's like all these ladies are just going to be, you know, digging up underneath their toilets day and night trying to get out of here and, you know, making a big tunnel network and letting all the ladies escape. It's happened before, so let's face it, it could happen again, and we have to be vigilant. We have to be ready for this eventuality, and we have to also stay alert and stay safe as well. And that's, of course, from a commercial in like the 1980s to sort of warn you against being close to, combine harvesters because they can be very dangerous to be close to. All right, good. So let's have an electrical cable that comes out here then, and we will run power into our new block this away. Look at this. We're going to have this go all the way here. It's going to cost a little bit of money to do this. It looks like we found a power drill. Somebody's trying to bring a power drill into the goddamn prison. I don't know who would be doing that, but we're going to have to do a search on everything in the deliveries area, okay? Because we need to find anything that's coming in here. And actually, what we could do is we could have like a guard dog sniffing all of these crates all the time. That would be nice too, just so we know. Because look at this stuff that's coming in. Most of the stuff that's coming in for the shop is just filled with contraband, it looks like. And like this is shop stuff. This is, of course, meals for like our guys, our staff and stuff. So we need to make sure that we're not getting a whole bunch of like rusty knives and syringes like being smuggled into the prison so that people can do some wrongdoing with them. Because that would just be terrible. I mean, that's not how we want shit to go down in here. If shit is going to go down, it's not going to be with like a rusty knife, that's for sure. Like we're going to make sure that that does not happen. All right, let's run some pipes all the way down into here as well. We're going to need them. Probably just pipe like this, I guess. And then we could just run like the mini pipes off the big pipe. We should have enough water pressure for that. Should be fine. So we're going to want to have small pipes going through the cells like so. And then we want them like to go through like this as well. Then we can maybe do a little hookup here. And then hopefully with any luck this will work. But you know what? It might not work. So don't get your hopes up just in case, because it might not work. But we're hoping that it will work. Okay, good. Gonna do that. We got a couple of solitary cells here too. We're gonna need some plumbing, and then we're gonna run some pipes into these family cells as well for Minsec, because you never know when a lady might come in here and she might be with child. It looks like we already have Grace Hay here still. She is in here for 10 more years with her child. She's in here on a charge of false imprisonment and drunk disorderly behavior. Kind of unbelievable, actually. And now she has child and she is inside the prison. So we're going to have to keep an eye on her, but also cater to her as well. Because we need to make sure that these people can be reformed and that they can go back out, rotate back into the real world, and become functional members of society once again, with or without child, okay? And if they do have child, it's even more important that they become functional members of society for the sake of that child. Why do we keep finding like vials of poison and stuff? I mean, Jesus. That's drugs, actually. A vial of drugs. Okay. Some of these boilers are going to have to be moved outside because they're going to be like raising the temperature of the inside of the prison to sort of melting point. Anybody who's like happens to be working in the laundry room is probably going to perish at this rate. So we're going to have to be careful of that too. Man, this canteen for normal security is really small too. We might need to think about moving that somewhere else and making it bigger, and then maybe expanding our capacity for normal sec as well. Min sec is going to be crazy down here. Look at this. There's going to be a lot of cells here, and there's going to probably be some space for more after all is said and done as well. So we could think about getting that done too. How are we doing with our door control system? Do we need to have things connected up here? Yes. Okay, this one's not connected up, so we've powered it. Let's connect it up. That's good. We need to keep an eye on that too. We might need another like little security room with maybe another door control system. I'm not sure where we'd put that. Having security right next to the staff room is actually pretty handy, because whenever these guys want to take a little break, they can do that. That's really good. Oh yeah, and we're researching taser rollout too, which is going to probably end up bankrupting us because, well, actually, we need to put the program together for the guards to attend taser rollout. So that's not too bad. We can start doing education and stuff later, so that all of these girls can become educated, and also we can also give some tasers to our guards, which would be handy too, especially in the case where some of these bad boy Billy Guns start acting up and trying to kill each other and stuff. You never know. We might be in a situation whereby we do need to tase them and put them down, send them into the shoe for a couple of hours or maybe a couple of days or whatever. So we can do all of that too. All right, so this infrastructure in our new MinSec wing is almost done. Almost all the pipes are down, and almost all of the electrical wires are down. And once that's all down, we can start actually making some cells. That'll be really good. Let's plan out what our cells are going to look like. They're just going to be very simple cells with beds like this. We're gonna have a light here, and then we're gonna go for the old patented toilet, shower, and drain combo as well, so that when these ladies wake up in the morning, they can relieve themselves properly before their day starts. Because, you know, if you can't do that on a daily basis, imagine this, okay? You wake up in the morning, and all you gotta do is, like, take a gigantic dump. But you can't take one, because guess what? You're stuck in a cell and there's not even a toilet in there. And if there is a toilet, guess what? It's not even plumbed in properly. So, like, you're screwed straight away. Nobody wants to be in that situation. All right, let's get a hot water boiler here, and let's get one here as well. We're gonna have these outside. We're gonna get some hot water pipes. It looks like the electrics and most of the pipes are gonna be hooked up to this already. So we just need to put one pipe here, and then we're gonna have to run some hot water along here as well. And this is for the ladies' showers, okay? When they wake up, they want to have a hot shower. Or maybe they would like to have a hot shower before they go to bed. This is all fine, okay? Under the rules and regulations of the prison, we can accommodate for this, okay? And then once we have all of this hot water piping in here as well, we can get some radiators to keep the ladies warm as well, because they might get a little bit cold. It's minus 2 degrees Celsius outside now. So we need to make sure that it's all about satisfying prisoner needs, okay? Because look, we have 8 prisoners who have been unnecessarily searched recently, but we have 10 prisoners who say they are well treated, and this is good. 2 prisoners have serious complaints. We could check all of this by going into the needs tab. Let's see, hygiene is a little bit of an issue. Family and recreation is sort of creeping up and becoming an issue for certain prisoners. Literacy, spirituality, alcohol, not so much. Clothing is a little bit of an issue. Maybe we have some work to do in our laundry room, possibly. Looks like we just randomly found some garden shears, like hidden amongst some of the crates that are coming into the prison as well. So that's really nice. And staff-wise, it looks like food and bladder and rest and warmth are all things that are featuring on the list of complaints to do with staff. Now, I don't know why they're so angry about all this stuff, because pretty much all this stuff is in, except actually the staff room right now, security, armory, kennel, I mean, there is no heat in these rooms. So maybe we should think about getting some heat. We'll get a radiator inside the staff room. Let's get a radiator inside the security room as well. We're gonna have to have a boiler outside somewhere that's gonna connect up to this. Maybe we could just put it in the corner here. That would probably be okay. So let's do that. We're gonna get a hot water boiler here. It should be hooked up with water like that already, and then let's just run some electricity to it, and then let's get these hot water pipes going into here like this, and then like that, and then we don't need to worry about hot water pipes for the shower area, because most of these guys are going to have this new setup pretty soon with books, a bookshelf in there. Why did we make the cell so big with a bookshelf in there? I don't know. Maybe just to keep normal sec appeased, I guess. Like, that's probably fine, but at the same time, like, I don't really know what's going on. All right, jail doors then. Hopefully we can finish setting up all of this infrastructure, and then MinSec should be pretty much ready to rock and roll. We'll get them out of this really dangerous dorm. Let's just search these toilets really quick. Just to make sure, you never know. Do we have a dog handler around here somewhere who's like not too busy right now? Yeah, it looks like we have 2, in fact. So let's get a dog handler in here. We're gonna get the dog handler into the dorm, and we're gonna let the dog have a little sniff around, okay? Just to make sure that there are no tunnels forming inside the toilets of MinSec in this dormitory, because that'll be another great big escape. But the good news is, and I didn't even notice because I've just been blabbering on so much, is that we escaped being fired, potentially. We have not let anyone else escape in the allocated 24 hours or whatever. So that's worked out pretty good. Our job is safe for the time being, which is, you know, great. I mean, it means that we can still continue doing this playthrough, because otherwise we would have ended it all, and we would have been thrown into this prison ourselves, and then we would have had to try to escape, and then that probably would have been the end of the series, which is a shame, because we still have much work to do here. We don't want the series to end straight away. All right, deployment-wise, great. We're gonna make this MinSec only, including these cells, funnily enough, and this yard down here too, which is gonna be the MinSec yard. We're gonna have to hook up this thing here with the remote door control system. We're gonna need to make this into a yard. This is gonna be MinSec's yard, so when they have their yard time, they can go out here. double fenced, of course, because we don't want all of these white-collar jabronis escaping from the prison or receiving contraband in, like, from the outside. You know, what, like, one of their loved ones could be out walking, like, their pet ferret or something, because they're white-collar. They don't have dogs. They have, like, you know, these outlandishly posh pets and stuff. So their wife with their son Tarquin could be outside, you know, going for a lovely nature walk, walking the pet ferret or the pet emu or whatever, and then just like throwing a pack of smokes, menthol of course, over the side of the fence or whatever. And we want to avoid all of that stuff. We don't want like Tarquin or Camilla chucking menthol smokes over the fence for. Oh wait, I mean it's all girls here. Well, maybe Camilla and Tarquin is right, all right? Or maybe it could be like Theodore and Tarquin, like the husband of the lady that's inside the prison, throwing the menthol smokes in, because that's of course what like rich people smoke, the menthols all the time. Like I don't know why, but it's just something that they do, okay, for whatever reason. All right, how are we doing then? We got a couple of toilets in the staff room, so that should be fine. Staff needs should now be a little bit better. We should have a little bit of warmth, at least in the staff room and the security room. There's probably a couple of other places where there is no warmth. Let's just take a quick look here and see. Yeah, it looks like the kennel could probably use some warmth, and also the reception area is very cold too. So let's get a radiator in the reception, get one here, and that should help with that. And then the kennel might also need a radiator. We can always just put it like, I don't know, along the wall here and hook it up somehow. And then we should be good temperature-wise. And then that's at least, whoa, my God. It's really hot in here because of these boilers, and so it's 29 degrees in max sec. Oh my God, they are going to be so pissed about that. Jesus, it's too hot. We're going to have to move those things outside. Okay, so I think if we focus on like one thing at a time, okay, one need at a time. Let's get warmth covered off, and then once it is covered off and we're in good shape in that sense, we should be. Oh, did this not reach? Oh my God, it was so close to reaching, and guess what? It just did not reach for whatever reason. Oh my God, we ran out of water like right at the last second. That's really annoying. Now we're gonna have to probably get this large pipe to come down here possibly, and like this, and then hook it up this way. And it's gonna cost a lot of extra money too. Oh geez, and then we can't run this. We're running water pipes underneath electricity as well. I don't know if that's actually the brightest idea, but there you go. Okay, so we now have prisoners potentially showing up here. This is good. All right, so we'll make a great big canteen, like the biggest canteen you've ever seen, and we're gonna have to have, of course, some lights in this canteen because nobody wants to eat in the dark. Like probably vampires do, but like normal humans I don't think would like to eat in the dark. Oh, the lights are perfect. Perfectly positioned lights. This is nice. I like this. I like to have a perfectly positioned light setup. It's really good. Good. Okay, we can continue with that. We're gonna have to add some stuff to the canteen as well, such as we're gonna have to have a serving table, for instance, or two. We're probably gonna need two realistically down here so that we can feed all of these jabrones. So let's get two of these in here, and then let's get a couple of tables and some benches and stuff as well. We have a lot of space here to mess around with, so let's not like, there we go, look at this. Okay, that's a good start, okay? And then we can have some recreational activities in the corner here, you know, maybe some toilets and stuff as well, because that really worked well in SummerSlam, if you remember. Remember we had a whole bunch of stuff in the canteen when they were in there for like 2 hours meant to be eating and stuff like that. It all worked out super well. They had a lot of things that they could do. They were having fun. It was great. How many cooks do we currently have? We have 7 cooks on site. Okay, that's not bad, actually. This kitchen is small and not ready to deal with the massive amounts of food requirements. Like, look at feed all prisoners. We're barely feeding any of them. Is that even possible? Holy shit. What have we done? We might need more serving tables, but we'll see. Anyway, this should be for MinSec. So let's make it MinSec again. And then these guys can come and use this new canteen. Hopefully we'll be able to get enough food on these serving tables to feed them as well. Our prison population for MinSec is of course 15 prisoners, which is hilarious. Normal sec being like the big one. Oh yeah, we got this other kitchen up here too. So we're not in as bad shape as I thought, actually. We're probably okay. We're currently feeding upwards of 14% of the prison population at mealtime. But it looks like, as well, these guys are on slightly different... Look, maximum security is on like a little bit of a different schedule than normal security, which is fine, actually. That's doing something like that means that we're probably going to be able to feed all the prisoners. So that we don't have to all feed them at the same time. You know, we can stagger it out throughout the day. So see, like, these guys are eating now. We're probably going to be able to feed all of them. And then when it comes time for normal sec and min sec to have their breakfast or lunch or dinner or whatever, we should be fine too. It's 9 a.m. now, and it looks like work lockup is the order of the day for normal sec. And max sec is currently eating. But that's all going to change pretty soon when the next like regime change comes in. Oh my god, what's going on here? And we also need to hook up some hot water to... God, we were so close actually to hooking that up. It was like really, really close. We're just like one off actually. And where's the kennel? The kennel is here. This hot water could probably reach here. And you know what? It could also reach into here, but these family cells are going to go. So it doesn't really matter. So let's hook that up. We're going to move all that stuff out of there pretty soon. It looks like this MinSec canteen is now set up, which is pretty good. So with whatever money we have left, let's get cloning. Okay, we're going to get cloning so that we can... We don't want to clone like this, though. We want to clone like this because we don't want to take the servo every time. So let's do this. It's going to cost us like 570 bucks per cell. And we're quickly running out of money. So let's just go like that. So how many cells does that give us? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, 9 in total. And it looks like we've probably filled up a little bit of the extra capacity because we had these 2 cells. So we probably did some intake, which would have given us a little bit of money as well. Actually, look, we could do a couple more now that we got like a little bit more money. Oh, nice. We can almost fill this whole... You know what? We just did it. Or did we? Insufficient funds. What did we miss out on? It looks like everything is there. We have 148 bucks left to our name. Unbelievable. Okay, so that should give us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 or so that we should be able to start getting rid of some of these beds, these bunk beds. Let's start moving some of these girls out of here, okay? We're going to move like most of these girls out of here. We'll just leave like 4 of them in here. And then when we have enough money, we can move the rest of them, okay? So we're going to dismantle all these beds and kick a bunch of these ladies out and put them into their new digs in this new wing down here, okay? And then they can go into their yard and stuff, and it'll be really fun. Also, we're totally out of money. We're still working on grants here, though. We have carpentry apprenticeship program, which we probably could start doing. We have wood. We have the wood that we need for the carpenter's table. I think we just need to set the program up for people to learn how to do carpentry, and then we could use that to make some money. That would be really good. We have cell block D as well, which we would have had the advance for, and that's about it. We can only have 2 grants at a time because apparently I didn't research extra grant for 500 bucks. My God, we played this whole time and I didn't have extra grant. I can't believe it. That's crazy. All right, well, listen. It's been a fairly good day. We managed to avoid getting fired, which was good. We addressed some of the warmth issues across the prison as well, and we're slowly but surely building out this new MinSec wing, which is so far so good. It's going well, and hopefully all of these ladies are going to appreciate their new digs here. Is this connected up? It is indeed connected up. I don't know why it wasn't opening. Like, that guy was just trying to do his thing. He was trying to get in, and he couldn't even. Because this guy here was not going to open the door for him. Like, come on. Open the door. Is it really, like, that taxed? Like, look, he can't get through. He can't get in for some reason. And it is definitely hooked up. And there is somebody working it as well. Look, he's had to manually open it. Maybe we are taxing the door control system too much. Maybe we have to, like, modularize some of these door systems in, like, little security offices dotted around here or something instead. Well, we'll look into it after. We also have this huge library that I just noticed that nobody's working in because I don't think we have anybody in the prison with even a remote sense of education. So that's pretty hilarious too. Again, something that we can address later on. Perfect. All right. Well, as usual, thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.